Hey everybody, welcome to Mammoth Interactive's YouTube channel. First of all, I want to thank you for watching this video. And remember that this channel doesn't do Patreon. Instead, we sell our digital courses down below. And every single dollar that we get from the products you buy below goes into making more content. The best way to help out this channel and Mammoth Interactive is to subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. Get thousands of hours and hundreds of courses for a low price down below. We have a monthly option and a yearly option. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the video.
All right, so now that we have a basic, basically we added in a player here. What we're going to do is we're going to add in some more content here. But first things first, I'm going to save this level, and I'm just going to call this prototype level. And there we go. So now we have a prototype level here. So what we need to do next is let's add in something to smash with the sword, okay? So let's go ahead and let's go and add in a blueprint class. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in a character here, okay? And we're going to call this cube. All right. Let's open that up. And what we're going to do in this cube here is we're going to add in a cube. Just like that, all right? And the cube, we could probably make a little bigger, maybe 1.2 by 1.2 by 1.2, okay? Yeah, I think that's probably a little bit bigger, and that's pretty good. For now, we can just make the cube white, so we're gonna go ahead and compile it here. But what we also need is a AI perception here. Now, the reason why we need to add in a character is that if you do this with a regular actor, it doesn't quite work the way you want it to. So let's go ahead and let's just add in that AI perception here. And what we need to do next is add in a nav mesh bounds volume here, and we can just kind of move that in here, okay? And we can make the scale maybe about like, 100, and that's maybe a bit too big. So maybe 20 or 10, there we go. 15, so we want this to cover the entire block here. So 20, I think, is probably good, and then 20 here. And I think that should be good. And then maybe we can make this 3 or something, just so that we know everything's in here. So we want this to engulf everything. And if you push P, by the way, everything should be green. Now, the reason why we need to do this is that we need to map out, like if we, for instance, add in like a block here, and we have this everything to move around, or you want if you have obstacles within this, you need to add this nav mesh in. Anyway, it's just the way it works. So let's go ahead and let's kind of add in what we need to do here. So what we're going to do is on event begin play, and I'm just going to actually delete the rest of these two here. We are going to AI move to. Okay, so what are we going to move to? Well, let's go ahead and we're going to say cast to first person character. Okay, and right now, and so if you compile this here, it doesn't do anything here. We're going to we need to get the first person character, and it's actually not the first person character that we need to get. We need to get player character. Okay. And there we go, and we can just say the player index is 0, and everything works as well. Okay, and then the pawn here, we can say that this is self, and we just need to get a reference to self there. So let's go ahead and let's compile that, and let's maybe add in a couple of things here. So maybe let's add in 3 of these cubes here, and you can see that says it's building navigation. Because again, if I have any kind of obstacles, you do have to build that in here. And if we play this here, what should happen is they should all kind of move towards you. And that's exactly what you want to have happen. So, that's kind of step 1. And now we need to kind of smash these into, basically smash them here. But essentially, we now have these items here. Now, what's interesting about this is that because these are characters, you can add in your own types of enemies if you want here. Now, if we hop in to the cube here, and we go into character movement here, you can see that there is a bunch of different speeds that you can have here. So let's say we wanted the cubes to be a little slower. We can say max walk speed, And there's all these different options here. And you'll notice that a lot of these options are for mostly, a lot of these different options here are mostly for kind of like characters, walking movement, etc. In this particular case, though, we're not doing anything that's a physical character like mesh or whatever. We're just using a cube just for simplicity's sake, right? So if we go ahead and play that here, you can see that the cubes are indeed a lot slower here. Now, the other thing which I like here is that if you look at the capsule and if you look at these cubes very carefully here, you can see that they're kind of floating, right? Um, and also you'll see that, once they hit, it stops here. So we need to deal with that here. But you can also see that they're kind of floating. And the reason is that the capsule is having a collision here. Okay. So if you want to change this up here, instead of event begin play versus it always moves around you no matter what, here's what you got to do. So what you have to do is right click and do event tick. And then we're just going to simply add that event tick in here, and we can delete that here. And what that's going to do is that's going to, no matter where you are, and by the way, if you push shift, you can kind of run around here. You can see that they always kind of move towards you. Okay. So there you go. And then if they hit you again, you can kind of move around, and they will, mostly they will kind of come after you. In this case, there's a little bit of a collision here, but you can see that they are kind of doing that. Right? At least they're looking at you. So you do know it's worked, but they did collide with one another. So that is a little bit different. All right. All right. So thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next video.